Right. Good. I was going to say good morning, but okay, it's kind of afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Nice to see everyone. Thank you for jumping on your Friday and giving me a bit of your time. I'm hoping that you're going to really benefit from just a very, hopefully intimate, interactive conversation that we're going to have over the next kind of 30, 40 minutes or so. Um, I may have worked with some of you before when you've done these cafes. I've done one of them before a few years ago, and I don't know if any of you were on that one as well. But I want to quickly give you a background, an introduction to myself. So my name's Reid. I'm a strength and conditioning specialist. I've been a strength and conditioning coach and physiologist for many years, over 25 years now, and I run my own business which is called Perform Fitness. I'm based in southwest London, but obviously with the current and the historical state of affairs, much of my work can be online. So to kind of reassure anybody who might want some support or intervention in the future, wherever you live in the world, it doesn't matter. We can do some work if required. If you guys are interested to follow up on any of the things that I discuss with yourselves or also within your workplace, some of the stuff that I'll talk about will be really very relevant to your workplace environment, and it gives you a great opportunity to exercise within that environment and hopefully get some support from your workplace as well with your physical development and obviously with regarding menopause, which is very important. My background is high performance sport. I worked at Fulham Football Club, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club for over 10 years, then set up my Perform Fitness company. I currently consult for England Rugby, and I do the conditioning for the match officials. So a lot of my match officials are travelling the world at the moment doing the international games in rugby, all over the world: Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Argentina, all over the place, which is fun. I've done that for 15 years. I've got a family, 2 children. I've written 3 books. I've just written a research paper on the Deskercise, which is what I will deliver to you through this session as well, and hopefully expose you to the simple concept of very short bouts of exercise and how impactful that can be for everybody. So that's my background in a nutshell. And my outcome goals really for today is, and I'm sure I don't have to convince you, but it's to convince you to be active, to think about what you can choose to do to make your quality of life better, to recognise the physical and mental health benefits that regular exercise provides, which again, I'm sure you're all very much aware of. We all kind of know what we should be doing. But I think the key thing really is the second point: to overcome the daily challenges that we face, not just as general people, but also as women, and often as parents, as mothers, and also within the workplace, recognizing and creating the time and also almost the permission to exercise. I know as a mother of 2, sometimes, I might want to go out for a run or a walk, but I feel like I've got to organise the family before I can choose to do that, which might be a limiting factor for people. So we're going to have a fireside chat. I'd like to think about how it affects your life, maybe the good things, the bad things, the challenges, and let's try and kind of workshop some ideas of how to make things better for everybody. Also, the third point there, recognising that 10-minute bouts of exercise, what we call exercise snacks, have quite a significant impact on your quality of life, and recognising that that's important. It's very doable, it's very achievable. When people think, I don't have much time, I can't do it, I haven't got time, then let's maybe think about how we can do that and how we can make it fun, short and effective, and then create those positive habits and give you some practical tips, hopefully. So that's the plan. And again, just to reinforce, and I know that you guys, I'm sure, are very much aware of this, but the benefits of exercise. So the regular physical activity is proven to help prevent and manage non-communicable diseases. So things like heart disease, hypertension, stroke, diabetes, cancer. These are really important life-affecting diseases that we can pretty much control to some extent. And I'll give you some statistics on the next page. But these are really important things that we do have control of by being healthy. And this is the case whether you're male, you're female, you're in your menopause, postmenopause, or whatever it might be. It really, it's not there's not a signpost of you're menopausal, therefore it will or won't affect you. You're male, therefore it will or won't affect you. It is a human benefit of being physically active. We know through research, it's evidence-based, that it will help you with your quality of life. It maintains healthy body weight, mental health, and it improves your quality of life and well-being. And it can be anything. It can be dancing in your kitchen. It can be going for a walk with a dog. It can be gardening. It can be, taking the stairs instead of the lift. So it doesn't have to be the intimidating, I need to go down to the local sports centre or gym and I feel self-aware, I don't feel comfortable, my self-esteem isn't great, I know my body doesn't look like I used to in my 20s, and all those fears that we often have. It doesn't have to feel like that. It doesn't have to be like that. It can be literally, taking the stairs at work instead of the lift, getting off at a tube station earlier, for example, little things like that, which we'll discuss. And the global estimate is a really shocking statistic. 1 in 4 adults and 81% of adolescents do not do enough physical activity. So there's a financial burden on the global economy because of that, on our NHS, that we can control these things. We can affect the NHS by choosing to be more active and reducing that burden, as well as our children. If 81% of adolescents don't do enough physical activity, that's their mental health, it's their physical health, it's their long-term health as they grow into adulthood, obesity, the sense of well-being, eating disorders, all these kind of things are big deals for that cohort as well. So it's really important to think about, the why and the benefit. And if I look at this slide here, I'm sure you will all agree that many of the benefits that I've got here on these images, so increased mood, stress, reduced incidence of cancer, depression, sadness, type 2 diabetes, sleep, cardiovascular disease, stroke, dementia, self-esteem, these are all things that affect us through the menopause as well. So the only thing probably that doesn't affect us through the menopause would probably be diabetes and cancer. And the other things, I would say, would all be part of the symptoms. If we look at our list of symptoms that we all see on our the symptoms of menopause, which goes for pages and pages, of course, everybody's different in what they experience. But many of the benefits of exercise will be part of the symptoms of menopause. So in my opinion, I really think it's a powerful tool that we can choose to do to make a difference in our quality of life. And I feel quite strongly about that. And I'll talk about that in a minute when we get to the fireside chat about my experiences with that and how I think being active has helped me through the menopause. So the World Health Organization states, again, just some statistics for you guys, regular physical activity reduces many types of cancer by 8 to 28%, heart disease and stroke by 19%, diabetes by 70%, and interestingly, depression and dementia by around 30%. Now, I don't know about you guys, I'm sure we all know somebody who's either got mental health issues and or parents who are struggling with dementia or Alzheimer's. These are big deals. These are things that are affecting us globally with our health. Now, if we can reduce our instance of dementia, for example, by that 32%, it's something that we all would choose to do. I believe it's something that we should all do. I've just put my mum's just had to put my stepdad in a home on Monday because he's got dementia. And it's a horrible disease. If we can affect it by being active, that's going to be a good thing. It's estimated that 4.5 million deaths per year could be averted if the global population was more active. I mean, these are big numbers. And I'm sure I don't need to convince everybody. I'm sure you're here because you want to exercise and you choose to exercise. But for your family, for your friends, for your colleagues, for your loved ones, these are really big numbers that we can affect. We need to affect. And you have basically a 20 to 30% increased risk of death if you're not active. Okay, and generally, of course, women and girls are less active than men and boys, which widens health inequalities. And there's lots of governmental initiatives like This Girl Can that you might have seen, and there's loads of trying to encourage girls at school and women in the sporting world and at the leisure centres to be more active. So it's on the radar, but I think it starts with ourselves and having that confidence and belief that we can make a difference in our lives by being active. So one of the interesting things is they did some research with intent and behaviour, and I've got a question for everybody if people want to put their hands up and have a chat about this. But I don't know about you guys, but certainly I've got changed in my sports gear. I've got my gear on. I've got my trainers on. I might have even put my heart rate monitor on because I wear a smartwatch and a chest strap to check my heart rate as I run or as I exercise. And I know that I've done it, and then there's something else to do. I'm self-employed. There's always an email. There's always work to do. There's the kids. There's the dinner. There's this. There's that. I've got to go to the shop. There's always something. There's a limiting factor. And they did this research, and actually they found that it was a solid 50% of people had intention to exercise and actually failed to do so. When I say failed to do so, chose not to do so, created something else in their life so they couldn't. And that's quite a big difference. This intent behaviour gap is quite a significant influence in what we choose to do. And I think that I'm going to give you some solutions, hopefully, because I think if we just put our hands up, a little bit of interaction here. Has anybody done that? I know I have. We've probably all put our gear on with great intent and thought, I'm going to go and exercise, and we've just not done it. And, we shouldn't feel guilty about it, but we should maybe think about, why did I not do that? Even if it was a 10-minute walk, 10 minutes on the bike. And again, on the fireside chat, I'm going to talk about some inspirational stories that have inspired me with my choices of what I try and do. And hopefully you guys might have some stories that we can share to help inspire behaviour as well. And of course, with menopause, if symptoms are a limiting factor, which again, we can talk about with our fireside chat about how you guys feel, what might be stopping you exercise or move or be active, then seek specialist support. Speak to OMC, speak to the specialists that are here for you as a resource to help you make that first step and think about what you can do. And I'm happy to help you on the physical side, and obviously Layla and her team are happy to help you on their side, with their specialist support through OMC. So do reach out. Don't think, God, I can't be bothered. It's a really big thing. It really is important. It really is. So this is a research paper from 2011, a while ago, but it really just it emphasises that postmenopausal women who engage in comprehensive exercise benefit by maintaining healthy body, bone density levels, good mental health. And we all know about the osteoporosis with the bone density and the hormonal levels with estrogen. It's a big problem as we age. It's something that we can keep under control, and we can modify, and we can control through weight-bearing exercise. Being smart, we don't have to bounce on the spot and do bounding, hopping and high intensity risk plyometrics, jumping off boxes and split squats, bounding, that might injure us, but we can be really smart with what we choose to do. And it will reduce our incidence of osteoporosis. The bones regenerate, as we all know, and that allowance of that load, that body weight load, is going to help with that and keep the muscles and the tendons safe and strong as well. And as the statement says at the bottom there, exercising beyond menopause is the only non-controversial and beneficial aspect of lifestyle modification, and it must be opted by all. I mean, these are strong statements. It can be help. You guys, we can help each other. We can be strong and we can be active in our 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And I've got clients in their 80s who are doing a great job. Just a nice little quote here before we go into our fireside chat. And this is from Dr. Louise Newson, who's quite a recognised menopausal specialist as well. And I'll just read it out briefly. It can be hard to muster the energy to exercise if you're struggling with symptoms brought on by hormone changes in perimenopause and menopause. Your knees might hurt, your muscles might be aching, you may have low stamina, reduced energy levels, perhaps you put on weight, or you're worried about having a hot flush in the middle of a workout. But the benefits of exercise are so numerous that it's a crucial part of your menopause management toolkit. It keeps the bones strong, it's good for your mental health, reduces risk of cardiovascular disease, combined with a balanced diet can help you maintain a healthy weight. Okay, so again, it's reinforcing, as I said at the start, exercise is great for everybody, every age, male, female. And also, although there's not loads of research through the menopause, it's going to help you with all of these symptoms and all of these challenges that we face at this point in our lives. So let's have a little fireside chat. So I thought it'd be really nice to be interactive. Often you do these talks and you guys sit quietly, patiently behind me chit-chatting away. And actually, we've all got experiences, we've all got things that we can share and bring to the party. So I'll start with, feel free to unmute if you would like to on this one. I'm going to start with an inspirational story from my mum. So my mum's 80 in November, and she's, as I say, just had to put her husband of 45 years into a dementia home on Monday, which was very difficult, as you can imagine. But my mum, they've got a stationary bicycle at home. And I said to Mum, why don't you get on the bike and help with your stress and how you feel in your body? I don't have time. I don't have time. Mum, of course you've got time. She's bobbing around the house like probably all of our parents and mothers in particular do. I'm like, of course you've got time. Please make the time. So she was inspired by me kind of presenting that to her, and we speak every day, and she phoned me and she said, Alex, I did 2 minutes on the bike today. And I was like, Mum, that's amazing, that's brilliant, well done, you should feel really proud. So then she phoned me the next day, I did another 2 minutes, the next day 3 minutes, and she's up to now 12 minutes. She does it almost every day. She reached a point where she said to me, she phoned me and she said, oh, I was going to phone you earlier, but I hadn't ridden the bike, so I thought I'd do the bike and then I could phone you. So we've created some accountability. She's taken on board the benefits, and she's felt so much better. It's very stressful, the environment that she's been caring. She's been a full-time carer basically for a number of years, and this really allowed her to feel good about herself, improve her health and well-being, her mental health, create time for her, where she didn't think she had the time for her. And it actually inspired me. So I thought, if my mum can do it, I've got a bike here, as you can see, I can get on that and I can do 10 minutes every day. And she inspired me to choose to do that every single day. And I thank her for that because I feel better for it. I run and I do stuff with clients, I do HIIT sessions, I do lots of activity. But that 10 minutes on that bike goes quite quickly. Feel good about yourself. It's 10 minutes. It's that little bout of exercise, that exercise snack that makes that difference. It's really, really important. So that's one of my inspirational stories, and I hope it's helped my mum, and it's certainly helped me, and it's made me inspired that if she can do it at 80 almost, then I'm 51, I can choose to do it. And it's choosing, isn't it? Does everyone want to have a chat? Let's go. Sarah, were you nodding? Do you want to unmute and have a chat?
Sure. I can add that with my 82-year-old mother who gets on her exercise bike. She puts it in front of the television, and within a flash, the program's over and she's done half an hour. So
There you go. Yeah, love it.
she does take motivation at times. She tries to get out of it, but then she's, gets back to it. I was going to ask about weight bearing and walking. How much weight bearing exercise is walking? And if you did 1 minute of sort of HIIT, 1 minute of jogging and then 10 minutes of walking because you just then forget and get into the walk,
Yeah.
is how much weight bearing are you doing there for your bones?
Yeah, well, you are weight bearing. Walking is a plyometric exercise, so the fact that you are weight bearing and you're walking, you've got body weight, you've got gravity pushing you down, and as you propel yourself along, so that would definitely count as weight bearing exercise. Walking is a great modality of exercise, as you know, and being out in nature has also been shown to really help your mental health and really help your kind of sense of well-being. And also going with a friend is also a really great thing. So you can bolt on 2 or 3 things there that really make it worthwhile. The other thing that you might have seen in COVID, there was a chap that did all of his phone calls whilst walking, and he lost a load of weight. He was quite an obese chap, and he lost a load of weight. And he did all of it. Did you see that in the press at the time?
No.
Yeah, and he really changed his life by being out and just walking. He did all his Zooms walking, all his phone calls walking. Obviously, when you've got to write stuff down, you've got to sit down and do it. But he tried to do as much as he could, walking talk, walking meetings. And, with work, if you've got an opportunity to say, look, when the weather is better, can I go for a walk? Can we have a walking meeting with your colleagues? Can we walk outside? And, so little things like that. But I love that with your mum. What about you, Sarah? Do you get out and about? Do you do exercise?
Well, I usually do, but things are going by the way at the moment. That's why I thought this workshop will help motivate me back onto to get me going again. So as a
Good.
rule, yes, but not as
Yeah.
much as I should definitely at the moment.
Yeah. So, is the barriers of exercise for you personally, and feel free to share or not share, is that time? Is it your own permission to choose to do it?
It's
Which,
taking on sort of work projects that fascinate me and interest me, and they could take up 3 or 4 hours a day. But even today, I just thought, oh, shall I carry on with the project or do this menopause, cafe? So no, you're doing the
yeah.
cafe. So I know that just turning it around by doing the cafe is telling myself, right, you're going to prioritize exercise, then the project.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you know what? Your productivity will be improved as a result of what we'll do in a moment with being physically active in a sec as well. So I'm sure you will. And that's the other thing about these 10-minute bouts is the research. And as I said to you at the start of the session, is I've written a research paper on the benefits of Deskercise and the productivity based on what you can do post exercise, post being active, post moving is significant compared to what you were doing before. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can faff around quite merrily for hours if I'm not careful. So to get that zone and get back on it and think, right, I'm ready now, you feel good about what you've just done, and your productivity, your focus will be improved without a doubt. So, but Sarah, yes, walking is a really great example. Well, all I'd say is if you do the same every day, your body adapts really easily and it will be used to it. So as you say, you can go quicker, get a bit out of breath as you walk, so that it's a bit more. We say walk and talk being kind of a limit, a kind of guideline on the intensity. And I use a 0 to 10 intensity scale, of 0 being nothing, 10 being maximal. 5 would be hard. I'd say try and make the research shows moderate, so 3 and above would be classed as moderate exercise, which would give you those benefits. And Public Health England did some research in 2019, which I'll refer to in a minute, and they looked at walking, 10-minute walks, and they've got an app actually, I've forgotten what it's called off the top of my head, and it basically tracks your walking. And if you reach a moderate intensity, so you're feeling like it's not easy but not super hard, that will give you those physiological benefits and those health related benefits that we've mentioned, those 30% reduce of cancer and all the diseases. But also it's shown that it reduced mortality by 15% by just doing 10-minute walks. It would, so yes, that would count, Sarah. And of course, build up a little jog walk,
Mm,
the ideal. So great. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome. Thank
thank
you.
you.
No.
Alex, we have a question here. Does it have to be power walking or can it be chatting?
Walk and talk is fine. It doesn't have to be power walking, but as I said, what happens with the body, we call it overload. So if you always do the same, so if you always do the bike at the same or walk the same, your body will remain the same. If you start to go a bit quicker, your body will increase its physical capabilities. So by overloading the body, asking it to do a little bit more, it will adapt and produce that capacity to cope and improve and be a bit stronger. So, it's like if I do a bicep curl with 1 kg weights, and I always do it with 1 kg weights, I could do 100 of them. Whereas if I pick a load, maybe 5 kg, and I can do 10 or 12, my body will get stronger. So it's all about overloading. But yes, anything, I think the concept here is any movement, any activity, even if it's a steady walk, is great for the soul, great for the mental health, great for the body. And you're getting that walking load through the bones, through the long bones of the body to adapt. Mary, is that you there? Have you got any thoughts or any stories for us, Mary?
Not really, no. No, sorry I was a bit late. I got distracted with work. Yeah, no, I haven't really. I do a bit of walking, all right, but I don't really do much else. And it's hard because I have about an hour and a half commute. By the time I get home, you're tired.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of desk work now, more than I used to.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get that, what would you call it, enthusiasm or something, but I'm trying.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It is hard to get the enthusiasm for it, and when you've got that long commute, it's difficult. I guess the thing is to try and build any activity into what's already in your life. So if you know you've got that an hour and a half commute, can you when you go up the escalators, if you're getting the tube or the train that you've got to do on the escalator, can you walk up the
I don't
escalator?
go by car. Zoom.
Oh, you drive, do you? God, that's a long way.
No, it's not that long. It's more traffic. The M50 traffic, if you know Dublin, between
yeah. I got
from
you.
Garda to Tala. So it's the M50 traffic.
Wow.
It should be only about maybe 45 minutes, but it's depending on traffic. and
Got
stuck
you.
at like a couple
Yeah,
of
that is tiring. That is tough. When I work at Twickenham, it's 10 miles. It takes me an hour to get there, and
yeah,
it's just, horrendous. That's hard to deal with. But if you can park at the further end of the car park and walk into
yeah.
the office from the furthest
Yeah,
way
I
there,
do try and do that even when I
yeah,
go shopping to Tesco or wherever. I
yeah,
try
yeah,
and park at the farther end. That you
yeah,
have to go a little bit farther. I do actually try that one, all right. Yeah. But I
no,
must actually see about a bike fella that you could do even when it's raining or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. That's a really good idea. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Heidi, what about you? It looks like you're in the sunshine, Heidi. You've got blue sky. Where are you?
I'm in Portugal at the moment. So yeah,
Oh,
Well for you.
fabulous. Oh,
it is. It's
Heidi.
been really it's about 26 degrees at the moment, so it's
Oh,
been
we're all
really
waiting to
nice.
go. Amazing.
Um, I think like the other people have said, it's kind of a time and work thing. I work very long hours. And I think that the idea there's a real barrier to me to sort of go out and then do like an hour of exercise or something. So this sort of Deskercise snack exercise type concept sounds really really good because I think small things often would really help me. Um, and I think the other thing is I'm 56. I do like Pilates classes twice a week. I
Mm.
swim 2 to 3 times a week. But I don't, and I really love both of those, but I don't really like stuff that has to make me work quite hard, if that makes sense, which I know
Yeah.
is really bad to say, but I just don't really enjoy it. I feel good afterwards that I've done it. Um, I can do like, quite a long hike. I can swim quite far but it doesn't make my heart rate increase very much.
Yeah.
So, and I just don't really enjoy it at the time. So I don't know if you've got any solutions for that. I've always been like that my whole life.
Yeah,
So
I think the concept of moderate exercise. So it sounds like when you do your walking or your swimming or your Pilates, I mean, they would be classed. So I'll talk about it in a second, but the World Health Organization suggests 150 minutes of aerobic based exercise each week and two strength sessions each week for the general population between 19 years and 75 years, I think. And so your Pilates would count as those two strength sessions, I'd say. So, you're moving, you're loading the body, you're stretching, you're breathing, and then you're walking, or you're swimming rather. That would certainly count as your aerobic based targets. The only thing I would say is the weight bearing component, kind of post menopausal or perimenopausal, wherever you are within your story and journey. That would potentially be where there's a gap of load. So it may be that, again, you'll see with the Deskercise, and I really hope that you're inspired by what I deliver in a moment. We'll do it in a sec, because it really is. It's fun. It's quick. It exposes you guys to many things. And I've also, at the end of this presentation, picked, I think, 6 different exercises to show you that you can take away with and you can do at home without any equipment, that can hopefully bolt on a bit of exposure to make things a bit better. So, but
that sounds
Heidi
good.
looks fabulous.
Thank you.
I'm working along my bottom there. Shosh, are you there? Any thoughts? And Anna as well. Any more thoughts, guys?
Hi.
Oh yeah.
Hi. Um, I went into forced menopause. I'm only 40,
Yeah.
but the weight and the aching bones and the hot flushes and everything together, I don't have that comfort to just walk into the gym like I would have. So I've just stuck to walking and stuff, but I feel it's not enough exercise to keep the weight off.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, some of the research that I've looked at implies that through the menopause, women put on 10 kilograms, and that's kind of the average weight gain as we go through that process, which is quite depressing, really, isn't it? Because we want to feel good about ourselves. And what the research has implied, and I'm sure you're aware of this, is that all of you are aware of this, is by just reducing our food portion just a wee bit and just being a little bit more active, we can modify the weight gain as much as we can. But you're right, it's difficult. It's hormonal quite often. It's sleep. There's a lot of components that go towards it. Shosh, you're right. But let me expose you to a bit of Deskercise in a minute and see what you think. Anna, have you got anything for us on this chat? Any thoughts? Are you there? No. Okay, cool. Right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing. That's really nice to hear. Quick run through here because I want to get us moving. Again, it's just about the evidence. There's loads of evidence. Physical activity, bouts of less than 10 minutes, enhanced health. The World Health Organization, for me, this is a really powerful statement. There are few areas in public health, such as physical activity, where evidence on required action is so convincing, cost-effective, and practical. I mean, it's pretty powerful, okay? Again, short bouts of exercise, as we've just said, Heidi, short exposures provides promising health benefits. Short intermittent exercise, known as exercise snacks, as an exciting and emerging opportunity to benefit physically and mentally from short bouts of exercise. We don't need to do an hour. We don't need to be in the gym for hours on end. We don't need to book out half a day to go to the gym. We just need to know what to do, short and sharp. You can do it on your balcony in Portugal in the sunshine. You can do it in your desk, in your home, in Dublin. You can do it anywhere in the world and it will make a difference, I promise you. So, shall we have a little go? Yeah, let's do some Deskercise. So, can everybody see me okay? Yeah, am I full screen on your screen? I wonder if I should put the, let me stop sharing my screen for a second. You can see me fully. And let me see if I can I don't know if I can do a big me. Anyway, there we go. So you can see me. Everyone see me? Great. Right, so feel free to join in, have a go, cameras on, cameras off, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, we're going to do session number 4 of my Deskercise session. So you don't need any equipment, we're going to have a bit of fun. I've written 8 different exercises, sessions. So there's a whole mishmash and mix up to have a little variation, and you can pick obviously session 1 through to session 8. We're going to do session 4 today. So if you would like to join in, please stand up. I'm going to start with our feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to rotate our arms for 5 big rotations. Here we go. So nice and relaxing. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then back for 5. Here we go. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then we're going to get our brains working a little bit. Please, guys, pop your hands above your head. We'll do 1 forward and 1 back, okay? Here we go. So 1, see if we've got our coordination. 2, there we go. 3, lots of fun. 4 and 5, lovely. And then back into the top, and we're going to go the other way. So 1 and 2, looking good. 3, 4 and 5. Nicely worked, guys. Lovely, lovely. Next one's a cross-country ski, please, like a Nordic ski. So I'd like you to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. It looks like this from the side. It's a lovely little mini squat. We're going to do 12. Here we go. 1 and 2. Nice swing through. 3, 4. Well done. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Lovely. Looking good, guys. Next one we're going to do is some calf work. It's a little calf circuit. So behind your chairs, please, or your desk. And we do a lovely little circuit. Circulation while we're sitting at our desks is really important to keep our legs moving. So we're going to go alternate legs up and down for 8 to start with. Here we go. So 1. This will be nice when you get out of the car as well, Mary. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then 5 double leg up for 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then alternates again, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then 5 up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Let's have a lovely stretch now. So both feet facing forward. Drive your back heel down into the ground. Get a lovely stretch through the calf. Right at the back of the leg. That's good. And then switch sides. Get that lovely stretch through. Nice work. All right. Good work. Right. Next one, guys, we're going to do a squat and press. So what I'd like you to do, if you've got a bottle of water or something to hold a book, something, you can hold it, please. Feet shoulder width apart. We're going to do a squat, but keep your chest up so we're not tilting forward as we squat. We squat with our chest up. We're going to do 8. Here we go. So 1, 2. So this will count as weight bearing exercise. Okay. 5, 6, looking really good, 7 and 8, and have a little rest there. So that would be a really dead easy way to do a little bit of weight bearing. Okay, let's go again, please. So another 8. So 1, 2, squeeze your bottom as you stand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and rest there. Right, now we're going to have a little bit of fun. So this is the fun bit. We'll do a bit of boxing, okay? So what this will do, it will raise the heart rate a little bit, get us moving, get us agile. So we're going to move our feet, little bit of shadow boxing. Looking good, that's it. Lots of fun, that's it, looking great. Move those arms, and then we're going to rest and do our squats, please. So 5 squats. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let's shadow box again. Here we go, round 2. Move those feet a little bit, raise that intensity. Again, we're moving our body, feeling good. Getting the heart rate up a little bit. That's perfect, looking great. And rest there. Down we go for 5 squats again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and rest there. Perfect. We're going to move on to our core next, please, guys. So I always do core work at the end. Really important. Pelvic floor for everybody, for us, really important. So whenever we do core work, so whenever you do your Pilates sessions or anything, think about pelvic floor, engage the pelvic floor. This is probably another course that we probably need to think about, but think about pulling up your, as if you're stopping away, as if you're picking up maybe a ball with your bits and pieces to hold and squeeze as we move. So for our core, we're going to do that. So engage the belly button, piece of string as if it's being pulled through the core, and we'll do some oblique crunches, okay? So keep all this body engaged. Let's do 8 oblique crunches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, looking really good. 5, 6, 7 and 8. Nice work, guys. Have a seat. We've got one more to go for our core, and then we'll see how you guys feel. So what we're going to do is a seated crunch. So bottom towards the end of your chair, please. Again, drawing in your belly button. Think about your pelvic floor as if we're stopping away. Imagine someone's pulling you up on a piece of string. Okay, hands by our ears. We're going to crunch it for 8 to finish this. Here we go. 1, crunch it up, and 2, lovely, 3 and 4, 5, 6. It's my chair squeaking, not me. 7 and 8, and rest there. And that's a little exposure. How are we finding that? Did you enjoy it? You're all smiling. It's great. So that was a little short and condensed version, because I know that I'm kind of talking a lot. Where's my share screen? Here we go. Feel free to unmute and tell me how you found that, guys. Do you enjoy it?
Invigorating.
Huh?
Invigorating, and definitely something I would do.
Great. Invigorating. I love it. I love it. I love it. It is invigorating. It's fun. I deliver this for a number of companies, and the community that we've created is unbelievable. And I talk about it when my paper's out. I'll send it to OMC to share on their website. It's just so powerful. It's more than I thought it would be. The community, the mental health component, the fun, the inspiration, the invigoration. It's just lots of fun. I love it. I personally enjoy it. I miss it when I don't do it. So I'm glad you enjoyed that, guys. Mary, did you enjoy it?
Yes, definitely.
Great, I love it, guys. Fabulous. So this is a quick slide with the World Health Organization targets. They're saying every move counts, and every move counts. So don't think, God, I need an hour. Oh, I haven't got an hour. You've got 5 minutes, you've got 10 minutes, whatever you've got. Limit sedentary time, replace with some physical activity. More is better than nothing. Target is that 150, five times a week, 30 minutes if we can. If it's not, bite-sized chunks, 10 minutes through the day is great. That's the 30 minutes. It accumulates. And then strength 2 days a week if we can. Okay, and balance is a really important component of fitness that we need to do as well, which is again in some of my sessions. So realistic goals, top tips, start small and be realistic, be in control. I know you mentioned about not going to the gym, not wanting to go to the gym, feeling intimidated by it. So be in control, call it movement, go get the music on in the kitchen, have a dance, have a boogie, do some Deskercise, think about what you can do. Again, that Public Health England, 15% mortality by just that 10 minutes a day. choose something that you enjoy, and then you'll be more likely to stick to it. And again, that community, that social component of it, training with a friend, a work colleague, group activity, feeling good about it with your friends, with your tribe, with your family, whoever it might be, can really help adherence. And this is really what a day could look like. Walk the kids to school, take the stairs, get off the stop early. We've said about this, have a walk and talk meeting at work, engage with Deskercise in the workplace, gardening, team sports, gym, dancing in the kitchen, or a formal dancing. There's loads of ways that we can add activity to our lives. And this is how it would look for me. I'd ask you to do balance work daily, and balance work would be something as simple as standing on one leg while you're cleaning your teeth. There's research to show that if you can't stand on one leg for more than 10 seconds, your risk of falls is increased significantly. Okay, and with your risk of falls, with osteoporosis, means we get a fracture, which means then we go to hospital and then it just spirals out of control. So if we can do our teeth cleaning, wait for your teeth to brew, stand on one leg, juggle a ball, playing with the kids, whatever it is, throw a ball for the dog on one leg, it just adds again to your quality of life. Aim for that moderate activity, so that walk for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, but moderate. So if you feel like you're doing it, it needs to be something that you feel like you're doing. And then these are our 6 exercises that I wanted to quickly share with you. So we've done our squats already. I'm going to quickly show you. If you want to have a go while I show you, feel free. So on our feet if you'd like to. We've done our squats already in our Deskercise. I'm just going to show you quickly. It's going to be down and up for our squat. And we can do 10 to 12 repetitions. And we might want to do it 2 to 3 times with about 15 seconds rest. Have a little shake up and go again. Bent over row for your back. So nice strong back. Bend your knees, hips. We're going to row to our chest. We can do it body weight, we can do it with a bit of weight. And we're going to row again for 12 reps, 2 or 3 sets. It's really good for our back, upper back, lower backs, and also legs, because of our bent legs. Calf raises we just did in our session. Again, we can go double leg, again up and down for 12, or we can do single leg, just a bit of balance and up and down. 12 on each side, 2 or 3 times through. A chair RDL is going to stretch out our hamstrings. If we've got back problems, often our hamstrings are tight. And very simply, you stand behind your chair, hinge through the hips, keep your back straight, push your bottom out, and get a lovely stretch through both hamstrings. And then stand tall and go again, slowly lower. Can you guys feel that stretch? It should be a nice little stretch through the hamstrings at the back of the leg. Nice and relaxed. And then a progression from that to strengthen your low back, glutes and hamstrings is an arabesque. So all you do is lean against the back of your chair, take one leg away and hold for about 3 seconds. Bring your knee to your tummy, take it back again and hold. And you probably do 3 or 4 on each side. And this again is working the balance on the standing leg, but it's strengthening your low back, glutes, hamstring through the back, which is really important. And again, the other side, let's just do 3 on the other side. And again, these are things you can choose to do by your desk. You don't have to go to the gym. And it makes quite a big difference in how you feel and your body. That's good. And then the last one would be a step up or a reverse lunge. So if you've got stairs in your house, you can just do it on the stairs. If you haven't got stairs, you can just do a reverse lunge, bend the leading leg, and then stand up. So it's like running arms. And you might do 8 to 10 to 12 reps. And then switch legs after you've done your reps. And again, stand nice and tall. Just get those legs nice and strong. Get us a bit of cardio with this as well. And then that would be your very easy 6 exercises. And you could do those very merrily at home 2 or 3 times a week, and that would make quite a difference. So move every day, do it in a group, do it in nature. Take breaks from sitting, be curious about exercise, be curious about what you can choose to do, have fun with it. Ask your partner to support you, ask your kids to support you. Be accountable. Like my mum was like, I've done it, I didn't want to phone you until I'd done it. Things like that is really important. But be realistic about what you want to do. Try and move every day. Be inspired by others. A bit of research quickly. Basically, if we can reduce sedentary behaviour, we know we're going to get whole body health. I can put these resources through. And then last question, have I convinced you? There's your little trainers in your medical pack. I love that image. I'm not sponsored by ASICS or anything, but I just think that's quite cute. The little pill box and it's running shoes or trainers to go for a walk. Have I convinced you?
Yes.
Are we inspired? I hope we're inspired, guys.
You really are.
Look,
Is there any chance you could send us because I'd forget how to do them. Can you send
course.
us the information? Because I get mixed up and you forget what you said.
Yeah, of course. I think this is recorded anyway, so we'll get no doubt a copy on the website, I presume. But that is us, guys. I hope it's been a short, sharp shock of excitement and inspiration. Are we all right? Did you
Lovely.
enjoy that?